If you didn't catch it, the super fight season has returned with force. What a moment. But this matchup is unique. Two of the greatest fighters in the world face each other while both are still in their prime. Who will come out on top? Even Las Vegas has no clear answer.
Fighter in the world that can beat Bud Crawford. I ain't came across him yet. Everything happened for a reason, and I truly and firmly believe the reason for me to be in this situation right now is to become 3-time undisputed champion of the world.
I'm here in boxing to make history, and winning for me means a lot in this fight because he's one of the best in the last 15 years. He accomplished a lot, and I accomplished a lot, and I think it's a perfect match.
I was excited, but I wasn't like, oh, I beat Spence, or I did it. It was something that I already knew was gonna happen. I just needed the opportunity to show everyone.
He is willing to take a risk. This is literally uncharted territory for Terence Crawford.
I don't care. He can weigh 200. That's gonna be bad on him.
Don't let anyone tell you that the weight doesn't matter. It makes this a monumental accomplishment for Crawford.
Putting on muscle don't actually mean that you're gonna be slower, but you punch a little harder.
I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that.
How do you see this fight with Canelo going or ending?
I'm definitely gonna win the fight for sure, but I think it's gonna be a tough fight. I think he's gonna bring the best out of me. I'm gonna bring the best out of him, and it's gonna be exciting.
Boxing insiders have issued Terence Crawford one final warning not to face Canelo Alvarez, but Crawford still seems undecided. Meanwhile, Ronnie Shields admitted he believed Crawford would prevail. He feels Crawford has matured, his mindset is stronger, and he looks sharper in training. Shields thinks Canelo is aging after noticing him struggle against Williams' skull. As he explained, Canelo will be more rattled by Crawford's quickness than his power. Shields claimed that a Crawford victory would rank among the top 10 ever.
Answer has been Bud Crawford.
Okay.
And I just see Bud is maturing into the fighter that he wants to be. And he's doing it for himself, not for anybody else. And so that means, I watch the clips of him training and doing different things, and I can see a big difference in Bud right now. Bud is mentally strong, and, Canelo is getting older. Right. And when he fought Williams School in his last fight, I saw a big difference in Canelo. But I think Bud is going to be faster and, not stronger, but he's going to use his speed that's going to throw Canelo off. And I really and truly believe Bud Crawford is going to win this fight. Well, I think it's definitely ranking in the top 10 of all great wins.
Bruce Carrington also praised the matchup as something special, and he mentioned that while he admires Canelo, he believes Crawford will overcome him. He recognizes Canelo's size and strength, but he trusts Crawford's talent, ring IQ, and agility even more. Carrington believes Crawford truly has the tools to deliver the upset.
Coaching, everyone's talking about it. Canelo versus Crawford. How do you see this fight going?
Crawford all the way. Hey, listen, it's going to be a good fight, though. It's going to be a great fight. I love Canelo Alvarez. He's also one of my favorite fighters to watch as well. But Crawford, I feel like he has what it takes to bring an upset. I really do. Granted, the size is a big issue, and the power. But I feel like Crawford, he has the skill, he has the IQ, and the footwork to get away with it, for sure.
You see that fight going to the decisions, though, or knockout?
Yeah, I see it going to decision.
But Jaron Boots, he admits he favors Canelo since he's been defeating tougher names. Even if Canelo isn't naturally a 168 lb fighter and could perform at 160 pounds. And he points out that many of Canelo's rivals rehydrate near 200 pounds by fight night. Yet Canelo continues breaking these men down. He feels the fans just want an unforgettable fight to happen and can't wait to see it.
But I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down. And Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe. And he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So, I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it. So,
Moreover, Terence Crawford insisted he is confident about defeating Canelo Alvarez. He acknowledged, though, that the bout would be intense and thrilling with both camps putting everything on the line. He explained that he wants Canelo's belts and the undisputed crown, so there's no bitterness between them. Crawford argued no other matchup like this has ever happened in boxing. He even called it the biggest
fight in boxing, the biggest fight in boxing.
How do you see this fight with Canelo going or ending?
I'm definitely going to win the fight, for sure. But, I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think he's going to bring the best out of me. I'm going to bring the best out of him, and it's going to be an exciting fight.
You guys have any bad blood at all, or is it all business?
It's just business. I want what he got. And that's them belts, and that's that undisputed title. And that's it. It ain't personal. It's just, he got something that I want.
After this, this is so big. Does it get bigger than this?
Not at all. This is the biggest fight in boxing. The biggest fight in boxing. No other fight in boxing today is on the level of Terence Crawford.
Andre Ward warns that facing larger fighters is risky because their size and strength can damage your arms and shoulders, and blocking their punches drains plenty of energy. He emphasized that he managed to beat them because he never feared bigger men, had unmatched stamina, was tougher than expected, punched hard enough to earn respect, and constantly pressured them until they folded, both in Olympic bouts and sparring. These strategies proved effective.
You get hit on the shoulder, ooh, and it drains you. You get
like
hit
a little energy bar.
Yeah. You get hit with it. I'd have been in there with heavyweights, and in this ring, you could block 3 punches. Boom, 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 man. You gotta get yourself together. He ain't even laying clean, but he's such a big, strong man that you feel it. Boom, my elbow. Boom, he half caught me on my liver, half caught me on my elbow. Man, you gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with that. So, but what works for me is the fact that I'm not afraid of a bigger man. I'm stamina, physically stronger than what meets the eye. And I'm hitting hard enough to get respect. And then I just keep going. And then you start to see like we're even, then the big guy starts to wear down. That's what's always benefiting in the Olympics. Sparring session.
Figures in the entertainment world, supposedly seasoned adults, asked Crawford how he managed to be so remarkable that he could attempt something Sugar Ray Leonard never achieved. "I'm cheering for Crawford and hoping he makes history," he said. He recalled Leonard jumping from welterweight to 160 pounds faster than ideal, and Marvin Hagler earning a narrow split decision that ended Leonard's rivalry with him. Canelo mentioned Crawford stays conditioned by training consistently. Even though Crawford only fights twice annually, he believes Crawford's stretch is nearly finished.
I want to see something great. And what if Crawford is that magical? What if he's a unicorn? Not even Sugar Ray Leonard did this. Sugar went from welterweight to 160. He definitely wasn't 38. And Hagler wasn't younger than him by 4 years. And even Sugar did. And what Sugar did was insane. And that fight was a split decision. We still don't know. I think Hagler won. I think Hagler got robbed. How did we all forget about the Madrimov fight? And what's getting me is Canelo fights twice a year. He's at least twice a year. That dude done fought 4 times a year, 3 times. This guy is fighting all the time, staying sharp. With 5 more fights on His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh's contract. The road stops here for Bud.
Sebastian Fundora says that Ennis is a skilled fighter from both stances, much like Terence Crawford, and that's why he understands Canelo Alvarez wanting him on the team. Still, he noted that Canelo probably could have managed without him, and that the decision may have partly been to attract notice. Fundora explained that moving up to junior middleweight is an entirely different challenge. Though he admitted Ennis was excellent at welterweight, Fundora is curious to watch how Ennis performs in his new division, junior middleweight.
The new addition to 154, he got to fight there. Canelo brought him in camp specifically because he's a switch hitter like Terence Crawford. What do you make of Ennis just not being in your division and then him contributing Canelo's camp heading into this fight?
I think it's good for Canelo's camp to have a fighter like Ennis. Because, he likes to switch right-handed, southpaw. I think Canelo probably didn't need that. But, the fact that Ennis went might cause a little bit of drama. I think he did for a dramatic effect. But, great fighter at 147. But 154 is a different division. They have me in there, so.
Robert Garcia argued that Canelo Alvarez should win because he is larger, stronger, and can land heavy shots on Terence Crawford. This point matters since Crawford has only fought once at 150 pounds and didn't appear impressive. For him, this is the first true fight at that weight. Garcia said that Crawford's bold decision to rise to weight classes caused people to worry about his chances.
Canelo should win. Canelo's bigger and stronger. And if Canelo lands good punches, I think Canelo could hurt Crawford. Crawford's, first time in that division and jumping 2 divisions where he only had one fight at 154 and didn't look his best either. So there's a lot of questions, about that. And that's why a lot of people think Canelo is going to...
Garcia also admitted that Crawford still holds a real possibility of victory. He explained that with the proper game plan, Crawford could fight smart, stay elusive, and edge of points win with combinations. This highlighted Crawford's intelligence, speed, and overall skills. Garcia then stressed that Canelo remains physically stronger than Crawford, which is why he wouldn't personally back Crawford. Yet if Canelo continues fighting recklessly, throwing single punches with little defense, Crawford might have no difficulty beating him.
One of the only ones that I do give Crawford a chance. Yeah. I think Crawford could pull it off. Crawford is very talented. He's very fast. He's very smart in the ring. So I think a perfect fight, Crawford could pull off a decision.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think he could win a decision. I don't pick him. I wouldn't put my money on him winning because it's a very dangerous, risky fight, especially with Canelo being so strong. But Canelo's last few performances, he's looked slow, flat-footed, looking for one punch at a time. And if that's the Canelo that fights Crawford could win a decision. Crawford could outbox him, could outsmart him, could land 3-4 punch combinations and move and win a decision. So do I give Crawford a chance? 100% think Crawford could pull it off. Would I put my money on it? Probably not.
Yeah.
Virgil Ortiz Jr. understands the fight will be challenging, even though he personally expects Canelo Alvarez to come out on top. However, he added that he isn't completely dismissing Crawford's chances either.
I think it's going to be a competitive fight, though. I just think that Canelo, he's supposed to win. I think he should win. But I'm not counting Crawford out. Yeah. I just think that's how it should.
At the bout, Al Bernstein admitted he couldn't predict the outcome, saying both Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez had clear paths to win. He believed the opportunity existed for either man to succeed, and he respected both of their statements.
Picks anybody. I was in the 7-Eleven, or I don't know, one of the gas stations getting gas the other day, and some guy recognized me and said, talking, and he said, so what's going to happen to Canelo and Crawford? I said, honestly, I don't know. He said, no, you have to know.
Yeah, you got to know, because when we ask you, you got to give the answer, though.
And honestly, it's one of those fights where I could easily see either man winning this fight.
Yeah.
I get the arguments for Crawford. I get the arguments for Canelo Alvarez. And either one of them might get the job.